Good morning. Shadidi Eleazer here, back from a great early morning workout, and I have a few thoughts that I want to share with you as you head into the new year, and just some things you need to consider. In 2013, when you're making your resolutions, are you interested or are you committed to achieving them? Let's be clear. Commitment, the one thing that separates commitment from mere interest is sacrifice. What are you willing to give up, put down, put away, disassociate from, associate yourself from in order to reach your goal? There's a lot of people that you'll meet and that you'll discuss with that are interested, but they use commitment words. They promise, or they resolve to, or they actually file paperwork in order to set up different ventures or goals, or establish themselves, sign up for gym memberships. But commitment happens when you're feeling great, you're feeling bad. Commitment is also there when you lose as well. You can be committed to being a champion kickboxer, for example. You could lose the title, but if you're committed to the goal of being a champion, you're going to wake back up the next day, regain your focus and your wits about you, and climb to that mountaintop once again. Many people start off with the intent of being committed, but their interest is rooted in the fact that they like something, or maybe they like to earn the money that a certain professional earns, or senior level professional earns, or they'd like to earn the money that an independent consultant earns, or run their own business, or call their own shots, have their own schedule. But when the going gets tough, they find that they're not committed to the idea even when things are bad. If you're an independent consultant, for example, and your phone isn't ringing, you don't have any leads, what do you do? If you're committed, you stay the course, you look at other options, you may cut down on certain expenses. But if you're merely interested, you may just go and look for the next job that's available, even though you don't necessarily want to pursue that path. When I ran the marathon, for example, I was committed. Started off as interest when the concept seemed, grand, and it would be great if I was able to complete a marathon, which I've never done before. I've never run that distance. So in order to get there, I committed myself every single Saturday to waking up at 6:30 a.m. No, waking up before that and actually running at 6:30 a.m. through the entire winter time. It's cold, it's raining some days, I don't feel well, I may have gone to a happy hour the night before, but every time I went to happy hour, or every time I stayed up late on Friday evening, I got up and I went to that trail and I ran those miles, starting off with 4 or 5 and ultimately running 21, 22-mile runs, and just stuck to it. So commitment is there even when the will to do it, or the feelings you don't want to achieve it, is in the forefront. So in 2013, it's okay to just be interested in something. At one point, I was dancing salsa, and I really did my first student showcase, and I wanted to be the best salsa dancer on the East Coast. It wasn't until I met Louis Neal, who is in the Hall of Fame for hand dancing, and I saw the level of commitment where he has spent hours and hours and hours and hours every single day practicing. His relationships with in his personal life have been affected because they didn't understand or know how to support the level of dedication, commitment, and focus that he had towards this lifestyle, this goal, this regimen of reaching his goal. And so seeing his work ethic made me instantly realize that, hey, I don't have that in me in order to reach that level. I like it. I like to go out and dance and have a good time. But to be the best, it's going to take extreme sacrifice that's not going to work out with my work schedule, my goals, and the things that I want to do or the other goals that I have. So it's okay to understand or know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away. But just be real with yourself and be honest with yourself. Commitment involves dedication, sacrifice, and the willingness to get up and take the next step when everything else in your body tells you you don't want to take that next step. So in 2013, make sure when you're writing down your resolutions, you understand, am I willing to sacrifice to reach this goal? What am I willing to give up in order to reach this goal? If there's nothing you're willing to sacrifice, then you're merely interested, and that's okay. But save yourself the time and energy when reaching your goals to understand what you're willing to put in to get it. In order to reach your best levels, you're going to have to go deep inside yourself and find things about yourself and certain toughness about yourself that you may not have known existed. But it takes discipline to go through that process. And if you're not committed, not going to happen. What are your thoughts on interest versus commitment? You can leave a comment. You can tweet me at Mr. Shadeed, MrShadeed, and we'll keep the discussion going. Shadeed Eleazer signing off. Go digital or go home.